But I mean, are you seeing it? Do you see, the Hamilton effect? I mean, a lot of, it's like it's changing the American theater. It's changing, I mean, do you see like is it bringing music back in a way that is different? Is it, what is your experience with it?
This is something I'm really excited about. So it took this long for Hamilton to exist. And what I mean by that is it took this long for someone to grow up in an era where pop music, where hip hop was around early enough to be seeped into them, to become part of their DNA, such that they understand the music so well that when they write it, that's the language that they speak. And I'm talking specifically about Lin, that he's able to do that in a way that it doesn't sound like a stunt for him to write a rap. It doesn't sound like he's working. It just flows. So it took this long for all that to happen, and I think just in the same way, it took that long for rock music to become part of the theater world, the way Rent did, because it took that long for someone to grow up having pop music be a part of their being. So what I'm excited about is what's going to happen now as people start to continue to grow, and whatever styles of music we're hearing now are going to start making their way to Broadway and just become natural, because those who are writing it just know the style, they know what it is, and I think we're just going to feel that. So I don't know that it's going to happen like specifically because of Hamilton for perhaps years from now, and I hope it does, but just the timeline, just the way it's all going to continue flowing and evolving and changing and creating, it's all a product of where we are.
The other thing, another way that I think about the show too is it's so colorful and it's so many things, so many stylistic things, and so many huge brave leaps in theatrics that also millions of people will get to know Hamilton through the soundtrack. And I remember I heard Cats thousands of times, Les Mis thousands of times, Chorus Line, West Side Story thousands of times before I ever saw the show. And so in my head, I had years of imagination, years of stories, years of colors in my head, like seeing Fantasia, what color a trumpet is, or what angle a bassoon thing is. I saw those things in my head for so many years because of the amazing inspirational music that was put onto the vinyl. And so now I think that same thing is happening with Hamilton as well, that it's not only attracting a theater audience that had never been into the theater before, but it's it's inspiring, I think, creative artists to become creative artists. Or if nothing else, the beauty of art and the beauty of theater is the colors in the material make us believe that somewhere in life those things are possible. That love songs are so beautiful, you grow up believing that that kind of love is possible for you. And I do believe that the material, the writing in the show is that strong to inspire those kind of visions. And those people will continue to pay back and give back to the arts.
And Cincinnati, so proud of you. The other thing, because theater moves a little bit slowly in its creation, right? Like that, it takes a while to make a musical, whereas the response in film and television, television more so, can be slightly more, immediate. So something can happen next season. We're obviously just, a point on the line. We're one of many shows. But what my hope is, and what we've been seeing even in casting the show, and the company that is here in Los Angeles is so dynamic and alive and ready for this city, and so thrilled to be here. And what we started to realize in making this company is that now, because of the presence of the album, this has been in their bones for years already. So there's also potentially a generation of performers that are starting to be conscious that our show being just one of them, that there are places for me up there. And so that's another way that I think we can reflect that.